EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for September 5th, 2023. It is the Tuesday after Labor Day weekend, and I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. Very nice weather for it. Fantastic weather. I took time off this weekend and enjoyed it with family. Hope you all did the same. And it got progressively warmer this weekend, and to the point where yesterday was actually a pretty hot day on Labor Day itself. Normally, we don't have a Tuesday video forecast sponsor, so that is open right now. What I'm looking for is we had to turn a couple of people away. They're looking for just seasonal opportunities. We're heading into winter soon, okay? So I want somebody that is going to be there through the entirety of the winter season. So not just a short-term sponsorship for anything that is available. So right now we have Tuesdays available to be sponsored, and we also are going to have the weekend video forecast sponsorship spot open soon. I think it comes open in October. But if you're interested, reach out to me at info@epawaweather.com. If you have any business relating to the winter weather that you could benefit from having this in front of thousands of people every day, send me an email and I will give you the information of how you can sponsor. But no short-term stuff right now. We're not at season where we're going to be doing short-term sponsorships. So because we didn't have a video on Monday, I just moved the Monday video forecast sponsor, which is Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania, to the Tuesday slot. Heat and humidity of summer makes it too hot to cook inside, so why not grill up some great steaks, pork chops, or seafood from Kinsley ShopRite? They have the freshest meats, seafood, and locally farm-grown produce in the entire area, guaranteed. They have best prices, best selection, and always the nicest associates. Stop on into the world's largest ShopRite and pick up all of your summer favorites. They are Kinsley ShopRite, located at 107 Kinsley's Drive in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Proud sponsors of the Monday video forecast, and it certainly will be too hot to cook inside this week because it's going to be very hot outside. That's really going to be the theme of the early to the middle part of the week. So right now we're here on Tuesday. We're looking at a temperature spread, as you see above me, 90 to 96. No precipitation today, mostly sunny skies, but these are the hotter temperatures in these brighter colors here. You're going to see generally these areas are all 90 or above today in this whole corridor, this whole area here in between here. That's a horrible drawing, but a little rusty after not having a video for a couple days, I guess. But this is all low to mid-90s in this region, and that's going to continue. And I think actually peak on Wednesday of this week, where we're going to have some upper 90s here in the southeastern areas. And that's why we have tomorrow 91 and 98 is a spread in temperatures across the region, in and around the Philadelphia area especially. I think somewhere you're going to be in the upper 90s, I think, as we get into Wednesday, and then we're going to have another very hot day here on Thursday as well. Then we have a cold front coming at us late in the week here, and there is the opportunity here as early as Thursday to see something isolated. Now, it has some, the European model has some stuff all the way out here, but there's really nothing else showing that, so it's really mainly western PA getting into central Pennsylvania, as you can see here in the NAM late in the day here on Thursday. This is the 12-kilometer version. I don't have the 3-kilometer version in range yet. That only goes to 60 hours. This one goes to 84, so we can see a little bit further. This is looking at 5 p.m. on Thursday, and by 8 p.m. it gets out to maybe State College, Lock Haven, and that's it. Maybe isolated shower or storm overnight. So we do have isolated chances for a thunderstorm in the forecast for later in the day on Thursday for some areas, especially out here in our central PA counties. Okay, so we'll follow the the next couple of days once we get the 3-kilometer NAM in range to see what the exact timing of that is in the areas affected. We'll follow it over the next couple of days to see where that sets up exactly and what the timing of that is. But it looks more of an isolated threat here on Thursday, and then Friday starts off hot, but then you have a cold front coming out the region, and it's going to be more of a scattered shower and thunderstorm day. The actual cold front with this is going to be situated out here like this. So ahead of that, you get these scattered showers and thunderstorms and more concentrated area of scattered showers and thunderstorms, and a little bit further east than what we're going to be dealing with here on Thursday. Okay, so because of that, I think it's going to be the heat breaker, because once you get behind this on Saturday, there's still the opportunity for some scattered thunderstorms, showers, and storms here on Saturday, because there's a secondary front moving through and low pressure off to our north that it will be close enough to produce some scattered activity here on Saturday as well. So I think that's your period of perhaps thunderstorms anytime between that Thursday and Saturday afternoon period. But after this point, this moves away, and then Sunday should just be back to a partly cloudy day. Intervals of clouds and sun. Can't roll out a stray shower far north, and then partly cloudy here to round out the 7-day forecast period on Tuesday. But we're talking about temperatures next week that are going to be in the 70s for highs rather than 90s like we're going to start off here this week. Of course, Friday is going to be generally upper 80s until that front comes through, and then Saturday you're back in the lower 80s again. Sunday and Monday are back in the 70s. So I think all of next week actually we're going to have a trough settling in. It's not quite all in yet, but once we get deeper into next week, I think you're going to have a deeper trough settle in over the northeast United States as this cold front moves through on Tuesday of next week. And then you're going to have some even chillier air come in here for the latter part of next week. This down here, hard to see, but this down here is a hurricane that is everybody's has a big I've been watching Twitter this weekend and seeing back and forth with people analyzing a storm that was more than 10 days away from any potential impacts and trying to decide where it was going to go, and everybody has to figure out where it's going to go. Some people are saying it's going to possibly hit the coast. Some are going to say that it's going to be a fish storm, and this was back and forth all weekend. I don't know why people waste their time on something like this that is 300 hours into the future, because there's no sense in doing that. It was a waste of my time. That's why I didn't comment on a weekend. I had better things to do. They were actually looking at this system here, which is not even a named storm yet. It is Invest 95L. Okay, that's this system right here. And the general idea is that it's going to develop somewhere in this red area within the next 48 hours, most likely, and become a named storm. Eventually, if it becomes a hurricane, which it's fully expected to do, it will become Hurricane Lee. Okay, it's Invest 95L at the moment. This is expected to head just north of the Leeward Islands. And by the time it gets to this point right here, it's Saturday evening. Okay, this Saturday evening. It's going to take a long time for it to get there. So until it gets to this point here, there's no real sense in speculating what this is going to do. Now, most ensemble guidance has us turning out like this and heading out in this direction and away from the U.S. I know a few GFS runs over the weekend. We had people oohing and ahhing over the coast here because they brought it further west and did one of these little numbers and hooked in, like that kind of thing. With it, whatever. But it's just a model guessing at that range. There's no sense in trying to figure out what this is going to do. Once it gets to this point here on Saturday evening, we'll have probably a clear understanding of where it's going to go, whether it's going to be out to sea or not. Now, I will say there is a better chance right now for this to curve. Okay, this is the European ensemble, and the track of where it goes is like this. The mean is the black line in the middle. So they all, for the most part, are curving away from the U.S. mainland. So that is probably the best call right now. And we're looking at this system right here. That's, again, is not even fully developed yet. And it's, we're talking about something that would be just before the middle of the month. So we got a while to look at this yet. And this is Saturday evening when it will be by the Lesser Antilles. And then, for the most part, they start hooking. But see how the spread of these L's goes all over the place? Any one of these could be off, and it could end up, being close to the coast. So I don't want to write this off, but I do want to say that the vast majorities are keeping this offshore. So there's been a lot of hype this weekend about this. I understand people are just like yearning for something to track. They do this with winter storms all the time too. Just ignore the nonsense right now. When we get later in the week, I'll start addressing this a little bit more. But just put this in the back burner. Certainly don't be concerned about this right now. There's plenty of time to look at this, so it's not like you need 10 days notice here of anything coming in, which will be impossible to pinpoint right now. But when we get closer, we'll have a better idea where it's going to go. I will let you know what we think it's going to do at that point. But until then, just relax. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchis. That is your outlook for September 5th, 2023. Have a great Tuesday.